everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy and this is Dino Budgets, and today we are going to open a little happy mail. We are going to show off a new wallet, and we're also going to show some custom envelopes that I made for that new wallet. But before we do, let's quick see what T-Rex is trying again today. So no matter what type of day you're having, at least you're not a T-Rex trying to run a food truck. Oh my gosh. We have a few food trucks in our area. Like, it's starting to become a thing just a little bit. But when I lived out in Portland, Oregon, you guys, that was like food truck capital of the world. That was so much fun. So many great options. They were just everywhere. All right, so let's get into this. So I have just a couple of things that I was able to get with a gift card that I won. So Jerry over at One Frugal Introvert, I will have her channel linked down below in the description. If you have not checked her out, go check her out. I did end up winning an Amazon gift card from her, and I'm super, super grateful. And so I just wanted to show off the two things that I used for the gift card, plus a little bit of my own, treat yourself money. And so one being my new planner for 2022. I just wanted something simple, and I don't know. So I love all the other ones that are out there right now, but I just don't have the patience to fill out all the pages. While I probably should be, because it would help me to really track my budget well, I found this one and thought I'm going to give this a try first. So it's at least a budget planner that has some pages that I don't have to fill out everything by hand, but a lot of it I do. So I'm just going to give you a quick little walkthrough about what this one is. And this is from Amazon. And if you want a link to it, go ahead and give me a comment, and I will find a link for you. So let's go ahead and open her up here. So the first page was an annual tracker for income. And so some of these pages I've already gone and added some washi tape. I've already relabeled them to kind of be a little bit more specific to what I want them to be for. And so this one had like each month. Well, it just said month across the top. So I went ahead and wrote in the months, and then it had the category list over here. So on this page, what I've decided that I'm going to track is I'm going to track what my expected income is and what my expected or goal savings is per month. And then I'm going to, at the end of each month, see what my actual income was, the difference of that compared to what I expected, and then what I actually was able to put away in savings and the difference compared to what my goal was. And just so I can have like a monthly overview and like a spread to where I can see, okay, did, my income started to increase, but my savings decreased. What was I spending money on that I wasn't able to save more? Just kind of an overall vision that I can see plainly up front. So then we go into the bill tracker, and this is something I have done for years and years and years, even if I wasn't budgeting the way I do now. I always tracked my bills to make sure they got paid. And so what I like about this one is it's a big enough box that you can actually put your totals in there, and it's not just like checking off that it's done. And so I went ahead and I listed my bills that are monthly, and then I also put down like my yearly, which is like my car insurance and my car registration. And so when those two come due, I will write those here as well. And then a total, so I can do like a monthly total and kind of see, again, similar to my income, did my bill amounts change? What months do they kind of go up? I know because my sewer and trash bill is only every 3 months, it's quarterly, that every 3 months my bill total will be higher, but it'll still be interesting to see if it's higher only because of that, or did I have other bills that started going up on me as well. So another yearly monthly combo visual for this. The next page is a few savings goals, and so What I decided to use this one for, it was a savings goal. I decided to make it my emergency fund. I do have an emergency fund, and I have for quite a few years. It's been around the $2,000 mark, but I have been wanting to grow it, so I decided to actually set a goal for myself. And so by the end of the year, I would like it to be at $3,000. So I went ahead and just started it at the 2 mark instead of 0, since I already have 2, and marked each of these by increments of 80 because that divided out equally, except for this last 40 at the top here. And as you can see, between my bonus check at the end of December and my January pay, I am already partially up. I think going forward, I will just make a new mark monthly. So like February, I'll mark how far I got, and so on and so forth. And then the other side here, we do have some individual savings trackings. And so I did choose 3 that were kind of my main goals for this year. And then I still have a spot for 1 more if I choose to fill in that one. And so obviously the new car fund is my biggest savings goal of the year. So I put that one first, with that goal being somewhere between 10 and 15,000. And I'm giving myself a due date of the end of the year or December, because I would like to hopefully be purchasing that car by December. And then we're going to go down here for, so far this is the, well, I guess this one was technically the latest due date because I'm giving myself the whole year. This one's kind of a 6-month goal because it does need to be by July of probably beginning of July. So our family does go to a cabin to go fishing every year together. And so this year, my brother and his family and I are splitting the cost as a gift to my parents instead of them paying for it. And so split in half, our half is the 600. And so I need to have 600 by July. And I just kind of like it because you can give yourself the dates that you want to put, have check-ins be, and then you can see how much you deposited that, per check-in. For me, I'm doing it monthly. So for January, I'll see how much I put in there and then give myself a running total balance. So it's just a nice place without having to dig through binders and find them where they're at. And because these are actually in different binders, so this is kind of an all-in-one page, just a quick check, see where we're at. And finally, the last one I have right now is saving for Austin. And that is not a person, that is Austin, Texas. That is the trip that my husband and I decided to make this year. I do have a cousin and her family down there that we will be able to stay with. And for years, we have been saying we want to go visit them and see them. And so this year, we're going to make it happen. We're not sure if we're driving or taking the train, but either way, our budget will still be about $1,500, maybe $2,000 if I want to bulk it up or I have the time to bulk it up. But a minimum of $1,500 will get us there and have plenty of food and experience and shopping money. So I need that one by May. All right, the next 2 pages are a debt tracker. I do not have any debt besides my mortgage, so I do not have any plans of using this as of now. And then we go into our monthly. So it came with the tabs. I did have to put them on myself. And so I went ahead and put all of them on. Each beginning of a month has a nice little envelope here where you can keep receipts or bills or stickers or any other things that you would like there. And then this was the monthly breakdown sheet. And so what I decided to do is, instead of, I always had like individual pages that I did for each paycheck. And so I figured out a way to customize this by putting some washi tape over some of their labels and totals boxes that I didn't need. And so I made it into still being a monthly budget for myself, but being able to see it both first pay and second pay of the month. I do not ever have a month where we have a third pay. We do not get golden months in this household, unfortunately, because my husband is not bi-weekly pay. He is the 1st and 15th, and that's it. And so there is no extra pays. It's either you get paid on the 1st and 15th and nothing else. So what I did was I went ahead and just made each column be for one of the paychecks, and then the second column for the second paycheck. And then that way, by having them next to each other, I can actually see, okay, I already stuffed all the bills, you know, this first paycheck, and then I can decide if I need more or if they are fully stuffed for the month. Or like, for example, up here, the phone bill, I usually do not pay that out of my first check. I pay it out of my second check because that one comes directly out of my bank account on like the 15th through the 17th. So it just lets me see what I did the previous paycheck without digging around for papers. So I kind of liked that. Then you get a nice little monthly spread, which I am probably going to use for, as you can see, tracking my YouTube videos of when I'd like to upload, and it just lets me know which ones I've already done, so what I should have upcoming. And then you also get a monthly income tracker, and so I decided to split it into what my anticipated pay is, what I'm expecting, and then what the actual pay ends up being, just so I can kind of see if there was any differences. As you can see with the first pay of the month, there was, and that was because I was not having retirement come out of that check. And I believe there was some holiday pay and overtime that they finally caught up on. So that one was quite a bit more than expected. And then I have my day-to-day spending. So here I will go through, and you actually get quite a few pages of it. I think you get 3 or 4 pages, but the 4th page I've turned into something else. And so I will start tracking, and then when it comes time to do my unstuffing videos where I go and pay my credit card back, I will be able to highlight these per my categories as I do them. I will probably create a little key for myself here. And so that's nice. They give me plenty of pages. I don't use this much. And then the 4th page, this is another day-to-day spending page if you need it. Otherwise, I turned it into my sinking funds update monthly totals. And so again, I just took washi tape across the top and here, and I labeled them what I wanted them to be. And I've gone through and listed all my sinking funds and my savings challenges that I am counting. A couple of them, I don't think I'm going to track my 100 envelope challenge. I think I'm just going to let that one add up, and then you'll see the total once it's done, because my 100 envelope challenge is not the same as everybody else's. I do different amounts than what the traditional one is. And so I have my fund, the start amount for the start of the month, and then we'll go through and we'll do an end total at the end of the month, and then I'll see if I'm plus or minus, and then I kind of have my grand totals down here for start of the month, end of the month. And then there's a nice little budget review for the month page, some number tracking, kind of where you thought you had trouble, what your goals and things you want to do for the next month, and then you start over for the next month with a new envelope. So that is the same repetitive throughout the whole thing. It doesn't have a ton of things to track, but it has enough for me. So now what we've all been waiting for is seeing my new wallet. Like I said, I am switching to an A7. I do love this wallet, and it's, you know, mini, like these are my almost micro mini. But I just wanted something different for a change, and so I'm going to reveal what my new wallet is, show you the envelopes, and we are going to set it up together, transferring over from my Patricia Nash wallet. And so what I got, I don't know if I've seen anybody else with this yet. I actually had not seen this on Amazon yet until I went to go look, and there it was. So forgive me, Gilini. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not. I did already open it, so it's got some roughs, and I did buy, I like to always look at the warehouse deals for Amazon, because sometimes you can get really good deals on things, and the description of what is possibly wrong with them isn't as bad as what it is. Granted, I have had a couple of items come to where it's like, yeah, these are worse than what you described. They're not usable. And I had to return them. But 9 times out of the 10, I get really lucky with my warehouse deals. I actually got my laminator, which is a $300 and some laminator that can laminate all the way up to 10 millimeters. And it's like auto setting and all this other fancy stuff. And I got it off of a warehouse deal for like $145. And it was because it had like, you know, scratches or defects on it, you know, that sort of thing, which they call major because they were like over 2 inches. But literally, guys, they're just scratches. Like nothing was, you know, cracked or broken or anything like that. And they had it repackaged extremely well, like probably better than what the original packing was, packaging. So that one paid off for me. This one was another one. I did open it up just to make sure everything was okay with it and that I'd be able to see size-wise what I needed to do for envelopes. So I have already looked at it. It looks perfectly fine. I honestly don't know what the defect was, that it was probably just in a returned item and they put it as a warehouse deal instead. And so normally this is, I think, like a $24 wallet, so it's not super expensive. I got it for 19 something because of the warehouse deal. But it's better in my mind than the little plasticky A7s. I just wasn't ready to do one of those because I like something a little bit more, not necessarily thicker, but like better quality than just a plastic. And then of course, like I've talked about before, I am not ready to spend money on a Louis Vuitton yet, even if it is secondhand. I am going to save up the money and someday have one of those when I find just the right one that I absolutely love and know that I'll keep forever. So without further ado, you guys, I know I've held you in suspense long enough. Here is my new wallet. Ta-da! Okay, just kidding. That's the plastic cover. All right, let's get this off of here. And let's get this stuff out. So it does come with lined paper, like little to-do list, which is nice. Just a thank you card. I probably won't be using the papers, maybe just a couple at a time if I need. It is a snap closure, guys. It's a very nice, strong snap closure. And this is, I don't know how to describe it. So with the Mo terms, I know a lot of them have like the pebble or the crocodile look. And so this is definitely a smooth finish. It is not felt. It is, I believe, a faux leather type material. And it is gray. And nothing like super fancy, but it's just nice. I like a snap. All right, so we got our rings. We've got pockets. We got one pocket here, another one, and a pen loop. And then we have a large pocket here, and then 2 that are in here that I don't know, like they might be card ones that I can stick the card this way instead of this way. I haven't tried it yet to know. And then there is a zipper pocket in the inside, which is nice. I wasn't expecting, you know, it to be like this big and flexible. So I will try this for now for my change. If I feel like I need more, I will get one of the A7 zipper pouches to stick in the back for my coins. And then just like the Mo terms, it does have the big pocket in the back, which I will be using for my receipts because I save all those receipts, guys, to use on the Fetch app. And so that is a nice big compartment to hold all those. And if you have not checked out Fetch yet, I will have my link in the bottom so that you can get an automatic 2,000 points if you use it. And so that is that. Like, I don't know, it's cute. It's not, it's a little bit taller. Like, honestly, that's pretty much the difference. It's a little bit taller. They're both about the same, you know, width. The rings are gonna be just a hair smaller in this one. You know, this is the tiny ring. It's I think comparable to the standard Moterm. The Moterm Luxe is going to be bigger rings like I currently use on my micro minis. So yeah, I am super pleased with this. I think it's going to be a great alternative for me for something different. And so now, guys, I made new envelopes for it, and I'm super, super excited because I racked my brain on what I wanted to do with them, and I couldn't make up my mind. Could not make up on my mind. And so I made new envelopes, and they turned out much better than I anticipated. So I'm super excited. Any guesses as to what's on these? Like, any guesses at all? Put it in the comments below if you have a guess, okay? Are you ready? Of course. I put a dinosaur on there. And so, oh my gosh, these were a pain in the butt to make, but they were so worth it. So this is actually a stamp, guys. I do not have a Cricut machine anymore. I probably will again someday, or a Silhouette or something. But as of right now, I do not have a Cricut machine. So I didn't have something to print out a cute little vinyl dinosaur on in order to make these. And so I went and found a rubber stamp that I thought was absolutely adorable. And then these are just, you know, already pre-cut stickers. And I went and found this gold foil. See if you can get some of the shimmer off of that. It's a gold foil paper pack. And so each one has their own design on the back. They're all different. And I could not be happier with these. So let's go ahead and quick set up this new wallet. Let's go ahead and stick them in. Oh, perfect. What have you guys found to be your favorite wallet setup? Is it an A7? Is it something micro mini? Is it, you know, a full size wallet, or is it something else? Like, do you have something that you've customized that, you know, is your absolute favorite thing to use? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. All right, so this will take a little getting used to because it is a different size and it doesn't really lay flat. Let's use two. Let's see if that works. A little bit, kind of does. All right, so let's go ahead and stuff this. So this is why it was such a pain to do, you guys, because I made it so that everything was on the front flap. So I literally was stamping on a piece of laminating sheet, which was extremely tricky because you could not move, otherwise it smudged. And then once you were putting it in the pouch to be laminated, you had to like position it correct the first time, otherwise it smeared again if you had to move it. So I finally got the swing of it. I wanted to have both the dinosaur and the words be in front of the money, so the money would be behind instead of just stamping it on the paper and then having maybe the words still show, but then the money coming up, covering up the dinosaur. I just didn't want that. I wanted it all to show. So I think it turned out cute. Let me know what you think. All right. And then instead of household, I changed it to home goods just because it fit better and looked a little neater on the envelope. And we got eat out and gas. I was going back and forth because, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my Gilmore Girls themed envelopes. And so I wanted to do some custom ones of that again, which I probably will down the road. Do an entire set of everything Gilmore Girls themed, but you know, this is Dino budget, so I needed to have dinos on my envelopes, and that's what I did. All right, and tips. All right, and then I decided not to do these ones again. I just don't use them. So I decided to stick to just my main 7, and I figured that would be enough as is, just because that's a lot. So let's go ahead and close her up. And I still have plenty of room. Like, there is room to expand if need be. I'm not over bulging this by any means with the amount that I'm stuffing. They fit in there perfectly, no hangover. I love it. So that is it, guys. That is the big reveal of the new wallet with the custom envelopes. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. I love to chat with you guys and talk. And if you are waiting for another budgeting video, that's coming up next, guys, so don't you worry. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe family, join the Dino Budgets. We'd love to have you over here, and I hope you have an amazing day until the next time we see each other. Bye.